Seenery is an application which assists visually impaired people in their day-to-day life through computer vision and machine learning. Our application can then help visually impaired people identify hundreds of objects and food items, guide them, and give them directions to nearby grocery stores. Our app acts as an all-in-one solution for visually impaired people to gain mobility and independence. Now let's hit the start button. At the top, you can see Say Object Groceries or Food. And at the bottom, there's a button that says Start Recording. So let's start the recording and let's say groceries. Groceries. Now it opens up the Stores tab and it lists us local supermarkets that are near our location. Now let's hit See Directions. And it shows us directions from our location. Now let's go back and let's say object. Object. Now if I hold it up to this ruler right here,
we think the object in front of you is rule.
We think the object in front of you is rule. Ruler.
As you can see, it said ruler, so it identified the object properly. Now, let's say food. Food. It opens up a new tab, and let's hold it up to some food.
We think the object in front of you is steak.
We think the object in front of you is steak.
It said steak. And that's Seenery.
This is Anish, and now let's talk about two other major components of our app, the user interface and the code. Moving on to the user interface. After brainstorming our problem and the proposed solution, we got right to work building the user interface. The big question we asked ourselves was, how can a visually impaired person easily use our app? This is where the iOS audio toolkits of Audio Engine and Speech Recognizer came in handy. We utilize voice recognition to become the commanding force of our app, allowing a user to simply speak and navigate the user interface. We also use the AV audio engine to give audible directions to the user to make our application more accessible and easier to use. We used UIKit and Table View for most of our app functionality, such as the buttons, tables, live view, titles, and so on. Our focus for our user interface was a merger between aesthetics and easy accessibility. Finally, let's move on to our bread and butter, the code. The main functionality of our app is based around Core ML, a new machine learning framework introduced by Apple. We use multiple machine learning models within our application. For object identification, we use the ResNet 50 model provided by Apple and incorporate it into our live view application to identify objects in real time at a very efficient rate. We also used Core ML models to identify types of food, allowing a visually impaired person to walk into a bakery or a food market and identify foods they want to buy or eat. When we needed to, we trained our machine learning models using Xcode's Create ML functionality. Most of our images for model training were either found in datasets or simply through repeated scavenging on Google. We use Visa's Merchant Search API to locate nearby merchants and grocery stores, and then use Apple's Map Kit to find directions to the located merchants as well as generate a map. We also use an algorithm to find the estimated walking time needed to walk from one place to another, for example, walking from your house to your grocery market. As aforementioned, we use Apple's audio toolkits for our text-to-speech and voice functionality. Thank you for watching our video, and I hope you enjoyed Seenery.